I'm Steve Craddy. Welcome to Plant City Bonsai. This is our holiday video. We're in our glass house. It is full of beautiful gift ideas. This is my table full of Kishu Shimpaku. These are definitely specimens. Each tree is over 20 years old. They have been groomed. They're branching. Their stature is awesome. Here are two Mikawa Shimpaku. This has been an incredible growing year. I mean, it's wild. We got more growth this year on Itogawas than any season I can remember. It's been a great year. It's a beautiful tree. It's full of shari. And here's another one, a more recent release. Look at that movement. It's an awesome tree. Itogawas are very, very sought after. This one's approaching one of the larger trees. I don't know if Sebastian can show the incredible trunk stature. A very sinuous coil that doesn't look contrived. The branches are just beautifully placed. Another one in a lotus pot. This tree needs quite a bit of pruning, which means to me it's a great gift idea for somebody who wants to put their own signature on a tree, because it needs to be, there's hours and hours of wiring in this winter and pruning this tree. Very excited that we have this many of the larger Kishus for sale. Look at the movement in that. They're just unbelievable. One of the most dependable trees in my 30 years of selling bonsai is the Kishu Shimpaku. This one has to be saying literati. It's a little bit full in foliage. Again, it's another candidate to be really redesigned this winter. Lots of pruning, lots of wiring. This is another Kishu Shimpaku. Great characteristic that's not often found. This is a perfect candidate for formal upright bonsai. Also a Kishu Shimpaku. The understock of this tree, this is from Mr. Ishii, grafted tree. Understock is San Jose, and each of the branches are the Kishu that have been grafted to the tree. Just gorgeous piece. Next tree, I included in this table of larger trees because of its stature. It's just a beautiful, beautiful piece. The branching is correct. Beautiful Nabari. I love it. And finally, this is a European form of Shimpaku. It's Juniperus blouse, and it's also a very beautiful formal upright. This is my wall of Shohin Shimpaku. Each tree is unique. Starting with this guy right here. The twist that you're seeing had to be done 25 to 35 years ago when the tree's trunk was half to a third pencil size. A very long endeavor. Another twist. This is actually in a training pot, so this would be one that you could someday hope to get to this point. Here's one that has just awesome branches. This is one from Japan. I'll kind of hold it this way so you can kind of zoom in on that crazy cool trunk. These are such a great growing year. I've enjoyed watching these progress. Another very nice twist. I love this tree. Awesome piece here. How many twists does it have? This is actually an Itogawa, which makes it even extra special. Another one. Smaller brother. Not much smaller. Another one with just elegant branches. This is the type of tree, if I wasn't holding it with my hand, and it would be very difficult to determine if this was a 8-inch tree or a 24-inch tree. It's best to call me on these, and we can discuss the characteristics. Very easily shipped. For this holiday season, I have 4 group plantings of Zelkova graybark elm. These are from California, and I've enjoyed these so much. I potted them early last spring, and they have just been more fun. They look beautiful all summer. They had the classic Zelkova color for fall, and just love them. Next to those gorgeous trees, I have a trident maple group. These trees could tell some stories. They're from China. They were brought in over a dozen years ago, and they've been kept in fairly small containers, so they haven't grown a lot in girth. So you're looking at trident maple that is probably nearing 20 years old. And if this was in the ground, it would be a tree that would be, you know, the size of your leg, the diameter of the trunk. But they have all the squiggles. Very dramatic planting. And then next to this group of trees are my Shohin trident maples. These are from California. And I love this time of year. I mean, they were beautiful in the summer. The fall color was nice. This is my time. I like the trees without the foliage. You can just see the work that needs to be done and see how dramatic the character, see how the scars are healed over. This tree doesn't have one scar on it. And it's 5 inches tall. Another choice from California. A good tree to design. The branches need to be regrown. Some of them do. Very fun project. I'll just quickly hold and turn these. Each one is uniquely cool. Another one where the scar is totally covered over. Nice thing about tridents, at least they do that in a reasonable length of time. Now, right here, we have 2 more of the tridents that I previously spoke of from China that came in 12 years ago. These are 2 that are single trees. And I want to kind of turn this just a little bit because it's awesome any angle you look at it. The front that was chosen for the tree is good, but it's equally as good this way. This trident here has just a beautiful nabari. Give me a call on these and I can do more personalized pictures and price these to you. The first 2 trees on this table are examples of my Stewartia monodelpha. I love the monodelpha. I love the honey-colored bark. And as the tree gets older, it gets even a more beautiful marbling effect. I'm very excited. This season I will be offering much larger Stewartia monodelpha. They will be in raw form, but they do have low branches. So I will keep you updated when they are ready. We will be digging those very soon. Next group of trees are elms. In fact, the rest of this table are elms. These are Chinese elms. These are imported. Look at that beautiful color. I remember in my earlier years, there was a opinion that, you know, elms were great for their year-round character, but not really for their fall color. But it doesn't get any more beautiful than that. Look at the beautiful movement. This next group of elms, these are corkbark. These are actually from California. These were harvested last January, and they're just beautiful. The gnarliness, it looks like it's an ancient tree. And now that I look at it, I see fronts that I like better. Another one. And here's one that's even a little bit larger. Very dependable trees. These were beautiful all summer long. I love the way the roots are exposed. Old plants. These are two representatives of my larger size elms. And turn that where you can see a little bit better. This tree is from China. The branching doesn't follow super traditional branch character, but this tree works. Has a bit of a scar that, instead of hiding, I think, enhances. And this tree right here is awesome. Beautiful, beautiful trunk. Branches are very nice. There are excellent choices this season for the juniper bonsai. These are priced in the $40 to $49 price range. Just to show you how awesome these are. And what I've done this year is I've left them a little bit full, so anybody has the opportunity to you know, do a little styling themselves. I purposely left them a little bit fuller for that reason. Next to this group, I have my entry level. These are between $15 and $20. They make great stocking stuffers. And if you need a tree, you need a small gift for someone, these are always very, very well received. We do have a mid-range we're offering this season. These are in the $35 range. The trees are just a little bit smaller in size. The pots are a little bit smaller, but they're very dramatic. And there's a good number of those to choose from. One of my favorite size trees for the last several years has been my 30 to 35 year range tree. They just have such dignity, their character, their gnarliness. It's unbelievable. Each tree starts out as a raw piece, and each one transforms into something awesome. And we have a nice selection of this size tree. These are just a few. Most of them are in earthen pots. Call me for, if you're desiring this size, call me. That's the best way to choose the correct tree for you. I'm in my second year of enjoying this new tree. It's the Harlandi boxwood. It sort of does it all. It's a tree that is indigenous to Taiwan, meaning it's not quite as hardy as possibly the American boxwood, but it is very hardy. I've had mine down in the 20s and they do very well. But it has a characteristic that's just awesome. It grows rather fast compared to, say, Kingsville. The trunk is cork bark in nature, which is just unbelievable. So many of my customers are taking these trees and making them very, very small, almost mame size. If you'll notice the tight buds here, these are tight buds that unfold to most beautiful yellow blooms. And the bloom, unlike some trees, some plants that bloom for a couple of weeks, these bloom for several weeks. This one here is actually much older than this. This is one of the mother trees that created several of the other ones that I'm offering. The group is around 80 trees, and so give me a call and we can select one for you. Very early in my bonsai career, going back 40 years, I fell in love with the Kingsville Boxwood variety of boxwoods. And it's always been my quest to have a nice selection of these for my clients. And this year's no exception. We have dramatic, very, very small, very dramatic trees. You're looking at about 11, 12 years here. Another one in the same age range. I've always enjoyed having this on my menu of trees to sell because these are very easy to ship. They're safe to ship, and it's just very pleasant from all angles. Then we move to a little larger tree. These are the 20-plus year range. Just beautiful, gnarly root systems and trunk development. The selection's good. I want to mention this tree here. This goes back to one of my first years opening the business of starting to sell these trees. This is a Kingsville Boxwood. It's always been grown in a rather small container. This tree exceeds 45 years, and if you look at the trunk, you can see the age. The age tells. Uniformly tiny foliage. This guy here, I call it a Kingsville cousin. The leaf is just a little bit more elongated and still very tiny foliage, very slow growing, but they do become larger plantings, which the Kingsville hardly ever does. I am offering a limited number of plantings in stone. These are both feather rock, and this is a Kingsville Boxwood, around a 10-year plant. Just very, very dramatic planting. Rock is very, very porous. I love all the crags. This one actually has been carved. This has been with me for quite a number of years. It's been done about 10 years. The first pine that I'm going to speak about is a Japanese white pine. It is grafted onto a black. I love this group of trees. The graft is so clean. Very, very nice match. And this group is especially nice in offering us so many branch choices. And I can see this tree having, probably a third of its branches removed, possibly this coming spring. It's a gorgeous piece. It is from Japan. This is a Mikawa Japanese Black Pine. The needles are already fairly short. This has a beautiful nabari. It's from California, potted this year. I'm excited to offer an entry-level black pine that's not just a stick. It's actually have nice movement, nice character. Obviously, they need lots of work, all of it being fun work. Look at the movement in that one. Another one. This tree is a little different, much older than the one I just referred to. This is a Corkbark Japanese Black Pine. Corkbark meaning if you look at the trunk, it's like the bark has exploded. This next group of trees is Mugo. This is a dwarf variety. It lives fairly happily here. If you happen to live in a little bit cooler environment, it would like that very much. But they have very nice single trunk stature with really nice branching. I like trees that have a little story behind them. This is a Mukha Black Pine. I purchased it this past year from George Miranaka. The history of the tree is it was a bonsai. And if you'll look at the sub-branching, you can tell every branch has been wired on this. It's very dramatic in that respect. It needs grafting done on the tree. It needs to be opened up to where more buds will awaken and compact the foliage a little bit more. But anyway, it was a bonsai for years. Mr. Miranaka purchased the tree from a private owner and planted it in the field. And it was in the field about 3 years before I discovered it, and I just had to own it. It's a beautiful tree. The nabari is just killer. Thanks for taking the time to view my holiday video. It's been a very fun one. I'm sitting here with one of my most admired plantings over the years. It's a planting of redwoods, and I can almost see myself hiking through the redwoods. We go there quite frequently, and it's one of my favorite places in the world. Happy holidays from Plant City Bonsai.